Hey everyone, this is BlackHawkSC and good to have you back in my channel. If you've been a subscriber, you would have heard me talk about the Atlas's lack of mobility since the engine desync. That has been a huge disadvantage whenever you play the chassis. You would have also heard me talk about the many issues with the Clan and IS Ultra AC-20s, which includes its projectile velocity. In the last patch, both the Atlas's mobility stats and the UAC-20 got buffed. All variants got significant mobility increases, with the Boars Head getting the biggest increase. For example, its acceleration increased 35%, and torso twist speed was increased by more than 26%. The Ultra 20 got a small velocity increase as well as a jam chance decrease. So in this video, we'll be killing two birds with one stone and demo an Ultra 20 Boars Head build and see whether these changes really made a difference. The Boars Head is arguably the best variant of the Atlas to run an Ultra 20 on. It gets a ballistic velocity quirk, which helps with one of the weapon's main issues, which is its accuracy beyond close-range combat. It's also got enough hardpoints to pack a good number of auxiliary lasers, and has a heat gen quirk to help maintain DPS. Since we have the tonnage to carry heat-efficient NPLs, this is what we will take. And the energy range quirk also helps to bring the NPL and UAC-20 ranges closer together. The targeting computer helps to increase laser range and ballistic velocity as well. I'd rather take a heatsink, but there are no more slots. The ability to spread damage and possibly reposition is essential when you're engaging up close, so the Boar's Head is well suited in that department as well. The only thing it really lacks is some of the other variants' armor quirks, instead of the structure quirks that the Boar's Head gets. Though the NPL UAC-20 combo can work well, I do feel that the 6 large laser build is better for the current meta. So keep in mind that we're running this just for the sake of testing this chassis and weapon combo. Interestingly, with this video, I'll also have covered each Atlas variant at least once on this channel. So if you like the Atli, make sure to check out some of my older videos, which I will link below. For my skill tree, I skimp on firepower so I can get full structure and armor skills, full coal run, as well as a few mobility nodes. The two main firepower nodes to get are the UAC jam duration nodes. It's reasonable to move some mobility nodes back to heat gen and cooldown, but since I'm focusing on mobility in this video, I'd like to see how few nodes in that tree will help. Okay, let's go see this in action. So in the beginning of this match on Rubelite, what you see is a whole bunch of our mechs, maybe about half our teams, moving through Delta 6, Delta 5, which is kind of like a low ground area. I think what they're trying to do is to NASCAR around Delta 5 to Echo 5. This is usually a pretty dangerous move, especially if the entire team decides to do that without much cover up top on high ground. What will happen is sometimes you get enemy fire coming from Echo 5, Delta 4, Echo 6, and so they get fired from high ground down to low ground and traps them in that area. So I kind of see this, and that's why even though I don't really have the range to engage from up top, even just a little bit of fire from the high ground can help relieve pressure off of the guys who are over at Delta 6, Delta 5. So I mean, I'm not doing that much damage over at Echo 5 at that range, but it's enough to keep pressure off of these guys down at Delta 5. And you see, like, there's enough momentum from our team to push through that low ground area and get through to Echo 5. So my job up at high ground is done, and I don't want to really be up there for too long because I don't have the range. Again, there's still some enemies up top at Echo 4. I see 2 of them up there, and so I think what I wanted to do here was I just didn't see enough guys moving up to take care of those 2 blips up on Echo 4, so I try to take it upon myself to go around, but it looks like they have it covered, so I was too slow to get there. I saw those 2 blips go away, so I turn around, and we're up 5-2 at this point, so it's pretty good. These shots over at around 200 meters, 250 is a first good demo of how fast the bullets are traveling, and similarly with that shot on the Mad Cat at 350. You know, at 350, the bullets are still traveling kind of slow. I feel like, you know, I feel like 200 to 250 is probably the best range right now to engage with Ultra 20s, and beyond that, it's still kind of inaccurate. You know, 700 meters per second. Even with the quirks that I get, 770 meters per second, it's still not that good. But here we're starting to get into a closer range engagement, and the torso twist speed will come in fairly a lot in this case. I'm pretty happy with the torso twist speed actually. I think it spreads damage fairly well. I've been able to block shots with my arm fairly quickly. I've looked at some of my older videos, and the torso's twist speed now is pretty much on par with what I saw before, what I felt before with the pre-engine desync, like a 350 engine Atlas. So it's good. So I think the engine, the torso twist is at a good point now for the Boar's Head at least. Just need to take care of this last guy. So what can we gather from all this? I think the UAC 20 still has problems. You may have noticed that it jams at inopportune times, which is still a problem. The jam chance decrease helps, but I don't think it really does all that much. The velocity is better, but still not that great if you're wanting to engage at maximum range. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and make sure to subscribe for more MWO videos like this. And I'll see you next time.